Hello, hello. I am back. Finish this. I have a rarity on. I actually have glasses on. I can see all the glaring issues that I had yesterday. I have a well-slept mind. Always good. Hello there, hello there. So yeah, I'm all well slept, only woke up an hour ago. He named some of these layers that tired me, didn't. Slept from 10 PM to 3 AM. That's only 5 hours. Shadow 2. Shadow... That's the local, I think. Local. Shadow 1. Shadow 2. Specular. I'm gonna get rid of some of the specular I did because it looks a bit naff. I think the rest is plausible. I'm gonna try and stay up late again today, which will be a real challenge. Are you gonna go see Colleen this week? Talking to Yoda. I mean, you can too, but it might involve plane journeys. I love plane journeys, actually, to be fair.
They're a bit plain.
Huh? They're a bit plain. I only hate them when I'm, like, trapped between two people. Okay, fair. Okay, so where do I want to start off on this? I think I need to add some more shadows. I know that sounds weird because I've already done 2 layers. But none of this seems grounded, if you get me, like grounded onto the surface that it is. So I need to do some ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion, where it's basically
my heart has stopped.
No, it's where 2 surfaces meet and light can no longer enter that space. So, like, you see, well, you can't see, Toby can see.
I can think of many things that apply.
Exactly, light does not shine there.
Drawers
Like,
and cupboards.
yes, places that light does not shine, drawers and cupboards. You see where my fingers meet here? Not people on the stream,
People
obviously.
on the screen can't see what.
It's only Yoda. It's fine. He can use his imagination. When you press your fingers together, there's a like dark line, right? That's ambient occlusion. Right there. It's where things meet and where things overlap. It's not light source specific. A source of light shapes, exactly. So to help me with my ambient occlusion needs, I'm actually going to remove the color. So I'm going to on this layer make it all grey. Make it all grey like that. Still got it there. It's just under it. Get rid of the highlight. Get rid of the specular. Don't know why that mouth foam was on a different one. Put it on the layer there. Mouth foam. Exactly where the sun does not shine. And then I'm just going to do it all with black. And I know that there is common kind of wisdom to not shade with black, but I can change the hue and all that. What is that dot? What is that dot? Naughty dot. What is that? Where are you? Where is it? I can just got to troubleshoot why there's a random dot. Really annoying. It's on the ink layer. Okay. I found the dot. And there's also this thing. Tired me was a messy little so-and-so. Nothing on that layer. Let me just also gonna go on to attribute empty and see how many empty layers. I had 5 empty layers that didn't even have anything on it. Okay. Gosh. And this is the original sketch that I did on my notepad. I didn't know where I was gonna go with him. That's the original sketch. Right. Let's ambient occlude this bitch. Occlude, I guess it would be. I'm gonna get a soft brush. Not big. Like this. Alright. I'm just gonna anywhere it overlaps, so I can use the lasso on this. And the further something is apart, the more faint and diffuse it gets. I think I've been through this with you guys. So this would overlap this section. That here. Oral. Gonna get rid of this segment. Bleaching my Converse today, dyeing it. Ooh, how are you gonna do it? Are you just doing a plain color, or are you doing funky design? The arm is quite far from that, so I'll make it really big, really like this. You want it to be almost like a 3D model in a modeling software before you've added a light source. I'm sure you all have a frame of reference for that in your minds. Hardness all the way down. Yeah, it is. Lapping. Probably red, brown. That should be quite an easy task, because the red can, like, if it's not bleached all the way, it can still like add that brown color, right? There's a peg in your pocket.
It's very typical.
One of the wooden ones. Oh, did you put the stuff on the line?
I'm assuming you want to go on.
Yeah, when is that? Oh, we need to measure stuff though. We need to measure.
Yes, I know. That's part of the process. I do it and thought I could go now, but no. Not part of this process.
I just like garden centers.
It's not.
Well, like a hard, like hard,
trade shop.
like trade. That sounds fun.
Yeah, man, it's so well.
I want to go to a trade shop.
Yeah, and they've got loads of good appliances, surprisingly. Well, they're really properly.
Sounds great.
I loved it, though. Great fun. Trade shops.
Exactly.
Really, like,
be like, yeah, I'm a tradesman. Oi oi, get me a builder's brew, love.
Like,
oi oi, cordami la. Get me a cup of tea. I don't know how to do the Guernsey accent. I don't have. See, I've been cheated, right? I should know the Guernsey accent because I live with a Guern, but he doesn't have one.
No.
He has received English like me. So received. So I just get snippets, little snippets of Guernsey accent every now and then, because then there's not that many. Is there many people with it? What? Alright. Alright. Alright, Cordamila.
North Show every year.
Oh, he has one, because he is Guernsey, right? Like, he is Guernsey. North Show, right? We're going to that next week. And it's like a county fair. Is that what you would call it? Is that the American equivalent? The county fair, that would be like the equivalent, right? In America. But we don't have rodeos, just because that's not... We have...
Yesterday there was a tractor run. Everyone went around talking.
Yeah, and there's like really, really terrible wrestling. No, it's nice. It's cute. It's cute. It's like... It's not really well acted. But it's fun. And there was this Daredevil lady. This wasn't wrestling, this is something else. And she was like Daredevil, like fire and bikes and stuff. Right? It was adorable and it was so good. So it was her and her sons. And the sons were on the bike. And her big stunt was her son, she put a rug on her back. And her son set a light to it. And then she just ran. Like, she just ran until the fire... Like, did she just stop, drop and roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that was the Daredevil. She just run with a rug on her back. It was pretty full on. They look nice. I like that colour brown. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. And yeah, we're going to the county fair next week. It's called the North Show. They have the Battle of the Flowers where everyone in the... Not everyone in the island, lots of people that can afford it, make these massive flower floats. No, do you know... You can see what I'm doing here, can't you? I was talking and didn't ambient occlude and I was starting shading because I was chatting. Where they make like massive floats out of flowers. Sometimes paper, sometimes real. And they all parade around. And there's usually like fairground rides. But this year, because of COVID, and all of the like rides are in mainland UK, we don't have any fairground rides. And we have a sneaky suspicion, this isn't confirmed, I will confirm it when we find out, but we went past the West Show yesterday, and it appears that they had like 5 cranes in a row, just like really weird, like 5 cranes in a row, cherry pickers, yeah, like cherry pickers, yeah, really tall ones. And we have a sneaky Guern-like suspicion. I wouldn't suspect it if it wasn't Guernsey. That they're using those cranes as a substitute for rides. Like, here you go. Get up in the cherry picker, Jimmy. And down you go. That's our suspicion. And I feel like it could be correct. But yeah, we're going there next week. And we're gonna enter the competition. We don't know what competition yet. Are you making a Victoria sponge? A Victoria sponge is would it be yellow cake in America? But it's like, no, it's more like white sponge, and then it's got jam and cream in the middle. Strawberry jam. It'll be vegan. It'll be vegan. Vegan. I said it will be vegan. It will be vegan. Because it has to be vegan. Yeah. And I'm probably going to try and do some sort of art. They don't really like digital art. They're very traditional It's like mostly older individuals in the on the judging panels, and I think that they think that digital art is like clip art or something. They could, maybe not, I don't know. But all of the entrants tend to be traditional. I'm gonna do that. And it marks the 100th year of it this year, doesn't it? Yeah, so I might do some art related to that. What are you going to do? I'm not sure. So they have different categories. Do you know what the categories are, Toto? Are they online? They have a huge list, and I just need to pick it. It's for next week. I need to manage to do it for next week. So North Show, Guernsey, categories? Yeah, that's fine. Love. Let's see. Time to pass it out. How do I? Actually sure how to enter. It'll be crafts. Categories are. So there is many entrants. Oh, there it is. So there's a painting, any medium, a black and white photograph of scenic Guernsey. But that's probably not a bit. So I'm going to just go through ones that I might do rather than all of them. So handmade greeting card, a painting, any medium. To be honest, that's the only two that I might actually do. Something that's funny with North Show, and it shows how traditionalist it is here, is on both the baking and the craft section, they have a section called any craft or any baking, and that's the men's category. So they're like, go on, love, you can just, you know, try and bake anything. It don't matter. Don't matter, just try. And then, like, it just seems really condescending. Baking anything, men's category. But in terms of what it'll be, so if it's a painting any medium, I'm probably, something I've been wanting to do for years and I've never actually got around to it, is I wanted to, so there's lovely like scenic like landscapes around here, like right outside, you know, like the seaside and stuff like that, the beach and stuff, and I wanted to do like a monster coming out of the waves, and it might, like, it could be still like kind of a cute monster kind of thing, but I just wanted to make it so that it's like traditional Guernsey, but something crazy going on in that setting. Get me? I thought that might be quite fun. Sea serpent, exactly, that sort of thing. Or I could make it like quite Guernsey themed. So the main animal here is like cows, so maybe it can be a cow kind of monster, or like maybe some type of Guernsey crab, but like turned into an unusual version of it. I think there's also some folklore here about fairies. Maybe I could design some Guernsey fairies. But as it's the North Show, they do want it Guernsey related. They don't just want any art. It's a very proud island. Sea cow, exactly. gonna see how this looks. Yeah, that'll look nice when it's color corrected, I think. I ignore the spikes for now, and I can carve them out afterwards. Take more time to individually carve them, cut them like that. Oh. You completely missed the bin. Noise, noise. There is so many books. Oh. So many books, so many books.
Too many books. Need some more DVDs in here.
I don't want any more DVDs. I don't really have... I'm getting rid of the 2 that I have. Oh, actually, no, there's 1 that I do have that I want to keep. It's just the Toy Story 3 one.
Too many books, too many books. Too many books.
Jesus. That was pleasant to the ears.
As was that.
Which guitar are you playing? My one. My one. Oh. I'm tempted to sell mine. It's not great, and there are more acoustics in the house that I will probably use before that one. Exactly. So I might just sell mine. It saves space. The aim also with this, I'm thinking ideally that when I take the ink layer away, some of the detail will remain. That's the hope anyway. I might keep the ink layer a little bit, just I think ink for like horror images kind of looks. Also use the inking as a type of ambient occlusion. And just kind of selectively get rid of the line art. It's starting to remain this deep. Oops. A lot of under here. Do it this way. Luckily, a lot of the beastie. Right. Oh, that's a shame. Is there a way you can kind of make an edit? Like, even if you find one, for instance, not with ideal colors, maybe you can switch up the colors on that particular image. Ah. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, I found a gorgeous thing that has like something that I was even considering. Let me find it on Instagram. It's this background artist. She does like pictures of like trains, but like anime style, and she does prints of them, and they're so dang pretty. I love them. Hang on 1 second. I was thinking about getting them myself, but I haven't gotten the house how I want it quite yet. So is that the same lady? Yeah, here she is. I'll link her. She does gorgeous pictures. There to boom. I've linked her. She does really freaking nice pictures. And I think if I had art up, I would probably use her work. Right? They're so pretty. So aesthetic. Love her work. Had them saved and everything, so I can go back to it. Right? Exactly. I'm glad that found something that you like. And I like that rather than trying to find an anime background that is like not really supposed to be an art in itself, as part of an anime, like that's actually art that's supposed to be a standalone. Bloody gorgeous. Might get it for my office when I get art up, because I'm really fickle with art in terms of what I'd want to have on my walls, but these are ones that I've always gone back to, so I'm thinking that's a good sign. Hey, what do you think of this artist? Oh, you know, he's sorting stuff out. I'm not gonna ruin his flow. So Tobe went back to the UK over the weekend and brought back the rest of our belongings. So at the moment we're kind of sorting out the rest of our belongings and finding homes for them in our new space. Doing that right now while I finish up work. And now we can actually start knowing what we need furniture for as well. Like, we definitely need a bookcase. There are a lot of books. Yes, oh good, yeah, she sells digital print. There you go. There you go. It means you can get it any size you want. But like, what oil for choice as well, like which ones. I do kind of prefer the train ones, even like the ones with lots of like power lines and stuff. The boat's nice. Like maybe the boat one would be nice downstairs because like we're near the. I think that's not. We've got weird shaped walls in our office. A lot of them are like. So maybe I'd have to. I feel like with these pictures, you find one with a good color scheme. Like my office is pretty like neutral, and I like to keep it that way. Oh, I think she does set. She at least does sets of 2 and stuff, but I think she's got sets that are bigger than that. She at least has some with a very similar color palette. Like, oh, here you go. Here's. Boom. Oh, not that. Boom. I don't know if they're the right kind of dimensions, but something that is good is like I'm terrible at like working out like colors for interior spaces. Fine with art and stuff, but interior design is not my thing. And I try and keep things pretty neutral because my mind's so freaking busy and all over the place that having calm in my space is necessary. Like, not a preference, it's necessary. It's preference as well, but like, it's just so confusing. Like, since Toby brought the stuff back and there's a bit of flux and everything. We're in flux in the house. I've been in flux. Like, I forget things more. I get confused easier. It's just like stressful. But anyway, I digress. So if I got like one piece of art from her for the office, then I can base any decision on the house, like in that room, on that picture. Like if I want a new like pillow, I base it on the colors in that, and I don't have to like decide myself what colors things should be. I just use that as the basis. Like it's a one image mood board. You know? So I might do that, and the same for like the other rooms. Like I might get one of the like watery ones, like the boats for downstairs. And yeah. Oh really? How much is an original painting from her? Because that, like, I don't really commission art. I've never commissioned art in my life, but I would probably commission 96. That's really reasonable. Jeez, how is she not up to the neck in commissions? Maybe she is, but I feel like I would love. Like, I would take a picture of our scene outside. Or our house or something. Like, one of the local landscapes and get that done. In that style, that would be gorgeous. Although, then there would be a part of me like, I kind of want to learn how to do that. You know? And try and do it myself. Maybe I'll try and do it myself and then fail and then ask. That is another reason why I haven't really bought art before. Because I'm just like, maybe I can just try and do it myself. After the Town USA picture, I am more confident with landscapes. I've had to do landscapes since. It has made me... It got me past a bit of a perspective barrier. That, like literally like perspective, not perspective of myself, like literally barrier that I'd been struggling and avoiding with fervor. It just linked me to her whole site. Those are paintings, yeah. Oh, I see. It's got the prices on it. There's the £300 one. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe watercolor is harder. No. A bit longer, or... Maybe it's special to her, and she's not willing to part with it for any less than that. We're going to do tonight. I think we're going to a restaurant tonight. Went to cinema yesterday and watched Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds. Quite funny. It was a nice chill movie. There wasn't anything too taxing in it. What I sometimes need. A lot of fan service. And things like Jacksepticeye was in it and stuff. It was very much for like Fortnite fans and stuff, I think. Oh. Hello there, Ren. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're drawing beasties. So I'm doing the ambient occlusion layer right now, but at the moment, so let's if I... 1 second, I'm just going to put this a different color layer. So I'm going to put color, overlay, dark red, then put it on lighten. Okay. And then shadow, shadow, highlight, specular. Okay. Oh, you kind of saw most of it. Fair enough. I didn't know, I hadn't actually heard of it before. Before I went in at all. Kinda liked it though. Okay. There probably is. There's a lot of dancing in it. I know that the dude that's in Dad Fields is in there, like the Marvin. The Dad Fields dude that gets killed with the frisbee. He's in it. And so it yeah, it references Fortnite a lot. And I remember vividly that like flossing is in it, and they did quite a lot of the other dances. I think that Channing Tatum might have done the No Bones dance. I could be wrong there, but he kind of did loads of dances, all in quick succession. So it might have been Channing Tatum who did the No Bones dance. But they did lots of like specifically Fortnite dances. They weren't like based on, they were them. Like they must have had some tasty licensing. Maybe I didn't know what studio did it, but they had some like direct licensing. Like they had the portal gun in it, and the Fortnite hammer, the unicorn thing. How are you, Ren? Doing today? We hit the dances they took up the outcry. What, the dances they took from Fortnite or they took from Nathan? Because the Fortnite stuff, they wouldn't have hit it. Because, like, they obviously had rights to Fortnite specific stuff in there. They also had, like, you know, the glide. Is there? It might have been a direct one. I think it might have been. There was like a glider with a handle that they float down on. Oh, I see. So, like, they would have maybe not had the ones they stole within it. I see. I didn't know that you could trademark dance moves, I'll be honest. I'm not well versed. Because yeah, it's unusual. It's like trademarking a way of moving your body. I trademark walking. Do you feel like it's quite like the, like, I guess it only it is due. I don't know. I don't think I've put enough thought into this to even form an opinion. Get me? And the ramifications that would. Yeah, like moonwalking, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that in media that isn't Michael Jackson. Oops. And with copyright, do you not have to register something as a copyright? So you can't be like, I did that first. It has to actually be copywritten in some way, of legal text. You can't just be like, I did that. That's fine. Although, actually, no, that's not true, because artwork, it does belong to the owner, unless otherwise stated. I don't know. That might be different. That's like a art, I don't know. Okay. I think I'm almost done with this layer. It could be way more laborious with it and very, very, very... I feel like this is one of those paintings that I could choose to do for like 20 hours if I really wanted to. But I am not going to do that. So it's for the game that's in the description, Moose28. The developer is actually putting the game in for a competition, a Steam competition, so I am just finishing off all of the characters that would be needed for that entrance because it's the demo that's being entered. So I'm just getting any characters that would be needed for that. Before I start my kind of like real holiday activities, kind of getting this done and dusted. This is the kind of first demon of the game. Yeah. It's like without the ink. Yeah, so it's starting to maintain its shape without the ink layer now. Good. I'm doing all of the character art. I am doing some other things, like I've done the UI. And there's going to be a few other things done by me, like there are some mini games that some of the assets I'm doing for that. And then all of the most of the game, when you're actually walking around, is 3D. All of the characters appear in things like the novel parts of it, the dialogue and such. So yeah, so that's kind of my thing. So some of the UI, mini games that are not 3D, and characters. So even though I've done specular here, I'm actually gonna pull away. Did I just do that with white? I think I did. Even though I've done a specular, I'm gonna do like a separate specular, I think. Because this is kind of quite diffuse. I want to do a bit more of a concentrated specular. So I might make it so that this is more of a kind of orangey, reddy, fleshy kind of color. I'll do a color overlay. And then do a specular over it. So this is more of the kind of bloom around it. Yeah, it's going to be good. I've done a few games in the past, but I've never really done characters for like an adventure game. So that's fun. And it's a really good good game. I played a few hours of it. Really, really fun. Like a puzzler horror with graphic novel segments. Graphic novel, I guess, dialogue like RPG. That is definitely a bonus, and it's quite a challenge as well. I'm not used to doing this genre of art. I'm very cutesy a person in terms of what I tend to draw. So that's definitely a new one for me. It's all kind of coded by a good friend of mine, Michael Josephs. We've done a game jam together, and we used to work together at a games company. But neither of us work there anymore, and this is his kind of job right now, coding this game. It's good. Yeah, I'll do a secular number 2, and then I'll do it. Specular 2, and also a rim light. Oh, yeah. So with rim light, because I want to make this thing look kind of jellified, not jellified, you know, light can pass through it. Taking whatever color it has, ramming that saturation up a tiny bit lighter, so that I can go around the edge. Might even make it even lighter than that. Thing like this. Also it allows me to pick out, I might make that brush a little bit harder. There we go. And with this, way up. Definition, and it also just helps when it's against the background of the actual game itself. Actually stand out. Get the darker shade closer to the local color. You came up with the so this was designed just yesterday by me. The brief for this was that it's a demon. So there are 2 types of demons in the game. There are ones that are derived from a human, so a human gone to demon, and then there are demons that are just demons as they are. That's what they originally were, and this is what this one is. And the brief was Bunker Demon, and that's it. I pretty much had free reign of it. So I was just thinking, what would kind of. So I picked a centipede because they're kind of creepy crawly. I gave it humanistic qualities, so it looks a bit more intelligent. Kind of related it to that kind of demon feel by giving it kind of skull-like qualities and the red-tipped things, and just kind of mashed the anatomy together. Like the original sketch, here's the original sketch from yesterday morning, where I didn't really know where I was going with it. I was just thinking centipede, skull beast, and then I kind of went with it. So it was cool that I just had kind of free reign to come up with whatever gross thing I wanted. Which is always fun. We did an upright version of him. The archive layer. I still have it anymore. Yeah, so I did an upright layer because it's within a text game with like text boxes and stuff. Just in case he didn't fit, we did a portrait version of him, so he was more upright, like this. And then there was going to be like, so he would have like eaten like souls or humans or whatever into this kind of stomach, and then he'd be like digesting him in this green stomach kind of thing, and they're like trying to escape and whatever. And then there's it's all kind of grotesque. And yeah, but we liked how clamoring and animalistic and more foreboding the foreboding? Right word for that. It's more ominous when it's on all fours. Kind of thing. And it feels like it can just kind of rush at you. Like it's ready. Where was I? What was I actually? Room light. I'll admit, I find creepy stuff quite difficult to come up with. Because, like, what makes something creepy? Like, there's the whole thing of ambiguity makes something creepy, right? Or something just not quite right. But I find that sometimes when you're trying to make something creepy, it can end up looking, like, cheesy. Like, you know, like, it starts looking like a 15-year-old, like, DeviantArt horror imagination thing. You see what I mean? Like, kind of black and white, big eyes. And, like the big eyes, so it can sometimes be difficult to draw creepy. Without it just kind of looking a bit naff. So I've drawn, like, there was quite a few attempts before I got to this one, and a lot of them just looked kind of goofy. But I feel that this design has a bit, it seems more grounded in terms of, like, it makes sense as, getting scary. Yeah. And something that I did notice as well when I was sketching is that I was trying to make it look so bizarre that it no longer seemed grounded. Like, I know this seems quite out there, but it looks like it could make sense, right? Like with demons, it can, like, all these weird monsters, they don't seem to follow their own theme. Like, you can start adding appendages, and you can start making it scary, and then having like these crazy eyes, and but they don't make sense as a species almost. Like, I feel like you could imagine how this thing functions. I hope, anyway. Yeah, exactly. It should look like it exists, which is why so Tyrell Whitlat is her, yeah, that's her name. She's the one that designed Jar Jar Binks, even though she is much more than a Jar Jar Binks designer. She kind of she's a creature designer, and it's good to understand creature anatomy so that you can break it and play with it. And I'm nowhere near what she can do. Absolutely not. Like, there are still some kind of inconsistencies with this thing and stuff, but I tried. But yeah, kind of makes it scary if you think it can exist. What is the like why behind a design choice? Oh yeah, challenge is great. Something that I've tried to do, not to toot my own horn because it is difficult. It's just been a practice of mine. When I'm in my doing my projects, I tend to try and add a challenge to it, not necessarily for the sake of challenge, but because when your main time doing artwork is at work, you got to make sure that your development is in that work time somehow. And so like if I get a project, I'll be like, okay, so I'm gonna try different software during this project, and I'm gonna try a different art thing for this project. I'm gonna try a different animation method. I'm gonna learn how to do this so and so thing, and because you have to deliver it as a professional, really lights a fire up your ass. To get it right. And it can be stressful, but at the end of it you're like, oh damn, I did it, and now I've got that in my repertoire. And there's been a few times where I've aided in changing it. I don't make it so that it's insurmountable, and I'll make it so that like it's like I'll probably have like a contingency, right? Not all the time, because sometimes I have to do something difficult or out of my thing because the brief calls for it, and that's scary. Like one of my harder ones was I had to do this game where they had to have spinning kind of assets that were also on fire, and fire is quite hard to animate, especially because this was meant to be kind of a realistic-ish game. So, and also because they were spinning properly. I do 2D animation, and I was like, okay, so my challenge for this one, other than the fire, because that was challenging itself, was go into a actually, because there was simple enough icons, there were slot icons like cherries and things. I'm gonna learn how to do 3D 3D modeling while doing this project. One of my favorite ones was Spine software. So I saw that this animation software called Spine, which is now the main one I use, and I told the company, can we have this software? I'm going to use it for one of our games, and they did it, and like that's now the main software that the company and the company that I'm currently doing assets for use, and all of the other people, the other people in the company, the artists, then moved to Spine as well. So I was really happy I made that choice. That's changed my career almost, because now all of the animation that I get from that type of company is in that software. And I'm glad I also learned it at the time, because other people in the same industry were also learning it. It was definitely worth it. Definitely. Really good choice, I think. How's this look about the lines? Getting there. It's getting there. The hands, I might just I might do details of the hands and feet on a different layer near the end and just do it as a fine layer pass. New specula, I think. I think I already set a new ready. Here it is. I think I'm going to be able to call this guy done very soon. He's going to be about that size on the screen. He'll be kind of probably cropped like that. Does need a fine layer, a fine detail pass though, because I feel like his stomach and everything is really lacking in anything. Yeah, have you got much to do on this project? There's quite a bit. So during this holiday, all I'm doing is enough for the demo, which is just this one, this character here, and then I've just got a few fine tweaks to do on 3 other characters, but they're like little things. Kind of finishing some stuff up, and then it's done. And I'm hoping to get that done like today, because I want to have as much holiday as possible. And then I've got a few characters to do, but I'll be doing that after my holiday. I need rest. I'm going to be staying home. I might visit Herm, but I'm not sure if we are. But I'm just gonna, so I haven't had like a proper holiday while living here, and I love my new home, so I'm just gonna enjoy the island. We've got North Show, which is a county fair that's coming up next week, so I might do some art to enter into that, and then go to that. Gonna go paddleboarding as much as I reasonably can. Then there's the Vale Earth Fair, which is like a little music festival here that's set in like old castle ruins. There's like 5 stages. It's really fun. And reading. So I've just got 2 books that 2 big chunky mangas that have just arrived today, and I'm gonna read those. And yeah, and just relax and sleep. I'll sleep. Yeah, I do feel I bloody love Guernsey. I really do. And I just want to embrace it, and because during my work time I'm always kind of like, you know, locked up, so I'm just kind of do as much as I can just here, and also see some of the friends I've been heavily neglecting from being at work. Thank you. Yeah, it was really glad I made the trip. Yeah. Been like the first home that we're like, oh, we're like, cause with like his uni, and then, well, there was my uni, and then his uni, well, his college, and then uni, and everything. We've always felt we were in kind of a weird state of liminality. Where we're always waiting for, like, when this happens it'll be good, when this happens it'll be good, when we get out of this stage it'll be good. Hello there, Beatrice, welcome. And this is the first time, like, in either of our adults' lives where we're like, oh, this is fine. this isn't a like stopgap before the good part. Like, this is where we can actually do things. We're not like waiting. Hello there, Aiden. See those legs. I was concerned because I've never felt it. Absolutely, Ren. I was concerned because I had never felt that. Yeah, like, it's definitely a safety, nice safe feeling. So I think I probably should merge the bye. Oh no, I was just talking about how like this stage of life, it's like, oh, I can actually just work on things from now and improve, and rather than it being a stopgap and waiting for the next stage in life. I don't know what thing in that. What was that thing? Where they eat things. No, eats from that hole. Maybe he's from the hole. Maybe it poops out that. Maybe both. I'm pretty sure it eats. What's the mouth for? Could be decorative. It could be just to. It could be like claws, right? Could just be like having claws and then there's like a vent for all of the gaseousness to escape. I don't have to animate it at all. Luckily. I have had to animate poop for work before. There was this card game called Shithead. And I had to animate pieces of shit being flung at the character. So there's that. Yeah, that wizard's just a bloody scoundrel. I think they've just got... That wizard just has a really confused book on what face features are, because it got confused when we asked for eyes. So... I think that wizard's drunk. Maybe the wizard is still learning. Well, that's not good enough, is it? He shouldn't be offering his services if he's still a trainee like that. Like, I get if you're a trainee doing something that doesn't involve giving something eyes. But I feel like that maybe he should stay in school first. At least have a supervisor. Before he starts handing out mouths that don't work. I think I asked if I think he can... I can ask for a build specifically for you, Yoda. He can export it on Mac. I think I even asked him to do that, and he said that it was possible. You should play it, Ren. Pardon? What's financial good news?
Guernsey does vehicle tax.
Dang.
So that's over don't have to put...
Woo!
Our bills are just...
Hell yeah!
That is a big budget
Whoop, whoop,
that's
whoop,
opened up.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice. Good job. Does that mean that we've been saving that for no reason? But that's still a few months or stuff. Nice. Nice.
Very late. Wish I'd done it.
Yeah, if we'd known that was a boost.
Oh,
No, it's understandable, man. Where are you going? Oh. Very hungry.
Soon, and then
Oh, I'd love lunch.
when you finish the like
Oh, food.
Good,
oh, Goodion's not food, but I'll eat food.
We'll get food and you call the bakery.
Oh no, I'll call them now. I'm gonna call someone while on stream. 1 second. Sorry. I'm calling a bakery. Then a bakery. Yeah, definitely play it. And that'd be great. Oh, nope. There we go. I almost put that on Bluetooth. Asking something very important. Still shading while I do it. Is that open? I think they're open. Is there any open for deliveries? The busy bakery. Gosh. There is nothing more important than baked goods.
The person you have called is not answering. Please leave a message.
Gosh damn. Don't really want to bother them again. Obviously there's something important going on. They're not answering. Basically, there's a type of bread that is sold next door, and Senna Bakery is like the bakery of Guernsey kind of thing, and I wanted to ask them if their bread is vegan, if their rolls are not. Most bread is vegan, but theirs is not. I think it's like based off of like that Japanese milk bread. Like it's sort of like a really, really white, fluffy, kind of sweet bread. I think that, and it's like different than any bread that I'd tried. I think it is to that. But they won't answer. Okay. It has opposable thumbs, exactly. I feel like it can move around with its limbs, but these hands, and they're also really long arms, so it can like have a really long reach and kind of grab things. Kind of pull itself out from the ground. You're getting deep into the lore, Aiden. There was no wizard. The wizard was a lie. And this didn't used to be a person. This yeah, this thing didn't used to be a person. It's been a demon all along. There are characters that will be demons that I have to draw. But not one of them. Might use a sketchier brush for this. Right, Beatrice? Bug spray is not going to be enough for this thing. You'll need a very big fly swatter. It's gonna be like, you got that bug spray? For me, that's hairspray. Makes me look fly. It's actually really small. Yeah, this thing's actually like, you know, ant-sized. No. Can you imagine? You go under a microphone, magnifying glass, and you're like, ugh! Oh, jeez. That's what ants look like. No, I still wouldn't want it. How many legs is that? Lots. It's accurately lots of legs. Okay, I think I'm gonna do some fine tuning now. He does, right? He needs to go to the damn dentist. Yeah, exactly. And he turns to you, they turn to you, and it's just like, really nervous. Don't like drills. Like, I've got cold feet. Lots of them. Might add some texture layers over this skin and stuff, and I might make it so that legs are maybe a bit darker. I could just do it by, there's the shadow layer on. Pardon? They didn't pick up. I might just do it by adding a multiply layer.
That was real.
Get these hands done. Nice abs. I think that's more kind of rolls almost, because like these bits here would be affecting it, right? Kind of digging in. So I'm almost treating it like in fabricy-ness. So kind of digging in. But I can get it to read better. He likes to protect for his own self-esteem. Exactly. That was dramatic. What was that?
Hello, what's that?
Way of his face.
Okay.
That reads a bit better, I think. I don't know. Let's go with they. No idea. Not thought of the. I've not thought of it. No idea.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it
Not another one.
would work for this thing.
Fine, give him a. That's everything else. We can go. Because it's. You ask them if they have any. If not, down, because I'm going to use it. First kiss.
Okay, I'll do the hands. Fine.
That's pretty.
Haven't been avoiding them or anything. To be honest, they won't be that much in frame. So I'm not too concerned about them. And something that's good to remember with concepts and stuff like that, well, character art and art in general, is as long as the focal point is detailed, the one way you can draw the eye is put more detail in the place where you want them to look. So it does have a purpose if you kind of don't go quite so crazy on detail on the bits that are less focal. As this is touching the ground, I'm gonna make it almost black here. As this is on skin, there's going to be the inevitability of
Okay, no. Yes.
maybe I am, but just who knows. There we go. A name doesn't necessarily define a pronoun. If I name my cup Steve, does it mean it's not an it? No, it's just because we called this beast Steve. The chat did. But we already established that it's definitely an it. Because what the hell? Steve really doesn't care. Steve definitely doesn't care. I guess so. I just haven't thought about it with this, to be honest. Ew, Beatrice. Shoots them out. They just set up a net and off they go.
Oh.
Maybe it just has a really long egg.
Okay.
Like a really long one. Just like
Definitely want
that kind of thing.
help. Oh, that's what Oh, yeah, Palladio anyway. Go for free. What? Oh. Hope it doesn't. Yeah, of course. Oh.
Do it. Play the game. Absolutely. All the merrier. The puzzles are really, really, really fun. Story too.
Vegan
The co-op. Oh, they don't do it. They don't. Do they do watermelon?
Alright.
We don't need it, but I'm never gonna say no to watermelon.
Yeah.
I always try my luck at getting some water. Yeah, really fun puzzles. The whole game is a puzzle game. Interspersed with, so there's like lots of story and then there's puzzles as the main level. And it's almost kind of like escape the room style puzzles. And then there's like demon mini games that between the escape the room adventure. Yes, you do. And I believe you play as different humans at different parts of the game. Spinning spark. how this guy looks in black and white. Down, mask. Instead of shifting down, I shift. It and paint in where I want it. Mostly on focal points. Not as much as for the eye slightly to these ones background. So all of the geranium. Yeah, one's lemon geranium and the other one, let's see. Oh, that's very nice. What is that one? What's the other one? No, I know it's geranium, but I mean, what type? They've just brought me some garden. So without the adjusted layers, with the adjusted layers, take off the black and white. Obviously the background will be irrelevant like this bit. Make an effing monster, that was the description. It was just called the Bunker Monster. And that was it. And the original sketch of him, I didn't know what I was exactly doing, was this. Just on the paper as well. I didn't know exactly where I was going with him, I just wanted like centipede kind of skull thing. That was my kind of basis that I came up with. And I didn't know if I wanted the hands to be kind of just like legs as well. These big things. And then I took it in and then sketched this up. I wanted to add hair to the legs, didn't I? like quite sporadic. Not like a proper layer of fur. Those were just me trying to get something on the page, kind of thing. I had some bad ones before that. Because it really was like... The world was my weird centipede creature. I didn't know where I wanted to go with him at all. I didn't know I wanted to be sensitive. I think I'll do that for most of the demons. I'll probably get some sort of creature that looks quite creepy crawly. Not necessarily an insect, it might be a deep sea creature that looks quite alien in itself. And take inspiration from that. Go from there. Exactly, Steve crawled out of my imagination and here we are. Well, there's loads of deep sea monsters that, like, when I say monsters, creatures that just don't look like they're from this world, you know? Like, what was it called? It's a type of black jellyfish. And it can, like, shapeshift. And it looks like the bat signal. It's bizarre. Like, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a friend or... And it has, like, light effects, like RGB lights going through it. It's so crazy, like flashing. So otherworldly. So yeah, my next demon will probably be one of those. Yeah, I swear, like, the deeper you go, the more alien it becomes, and it's just like endless source of potential inspiration for beasties. Very awesome. Like the crazy things that animals have done to, like, adapt. Like, there's like sea creatures that can survive like 85 degrees Celsius heat, like without much oxygen and pretty much no light. And it's like, what? Jesus Christ. Here's me at my desk with a cup of tea, like on easy mode. These things are practically boiling alive. Something in the oven. Oh, I'm hungry. I can eat when I've earned my keep with this artwork. Earned my keep. Exactly. as we established yesterday, it's going to be cockroaches and corn. Except maybe with the heating like that, maybe it'll all be popcorn by then. That'll just be cockroaches with endless popcorn. Be like cockroach cinema. Oh, definitely. I'm surprised there isn't a B movie about it already. Sounds ideal. Exactly. Exactly.
Little button. Um. So can you hear me okay? I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you absolutely. Definitely. No, I can hear you just.
So I've reduced the saturation of the whole image, and I'm painting back where I want saturation. That can be another way of drawing the focal point. I feel like if it's all vibrant and in your face, you're just kind of wasting that opportunity to use saturation in a useful way, as a way of adding impact. Because saturation, you think that, oh, it's bright, it's impactful, but it's only bright and impactful if it's in relation to something. And it can be too busy and overboard if it's just used everywhere. I'm just bringing that back. A bit more selective, a bit more of a selective way. If I get the adjustment layers, so before and after. Original sketch. Boom. I think if I just get rid of this layer for a second. I think he's done.
Look done.
Thank you for joining me, guys, for this painting. Been fun. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be back later to do a little bit. I might do it off. I mean, it's just tweaks to other characters, so it might not be particular. I forgot I've actually got the layer. Still got his name tag on. Okay. Almost gave it to the client like that. Alright. Thank you very much for joining me. You all have a lovely rest of Friday. Goodbye.